Hello, good morning everybody. Gonna move the fan just a little bit. I think the mic's picking it up. There we go, should be a bit better. And, oh, I've got a bad shoulder. I don't know whether my cold is starting to pick up or whether I've just slept wrong, but my neck and shoulder is aching like I can look up, I can look right, but if I try and look up and right, it feels like somebody's trying to eat my shoulder. Anyway, switch to live screen. Probably fix the thing on PC. Come on now. Start playing. I'll F5 you. Fine, I'll F5 you. See if that'll fix it. There we go. I'm not very good in the mornings. If you've joined me for the past few days or watched these videos back, you probably know that by now. Just massive aches and pains. Anyway, let's click on Past Imperfect and continue the final episodes of the Klingon front.
I've spoken with Starfleet intelligence. Listen carefully. You were to use the Guardian portal to follow Bavat wherever or whenever he went. Find him and stop him from altering the past. Stop the Klingons, save Moral Paris, and restore the timeline.
Mission accepted. So basically, in the time it's taken him to speak with Starfleet intelligence, we've been up in our ship, I don't know, playing Bejeweled or something. Step through the portal and enter the River of Time. I also fixed the screwing up subscriber goal, so there's that. Now, I probably didn't say this yesterday, but you see the stream boss thing on screen there, the little American with the health bar. The main reason I decided to put that on so it's full on screen all the time is because I can usually then tell if somebody has subscribed when I wasn't looking, because the health will decrease, so then I can switch over and have a gander and maybe, just maybe, shout out and tell them thank you. Anyway, Captain, it looks like the Guardian of Forever took us back to our ship and, sir, I don't believe this, our chronometer shows that we've been transported to the year 2270. Well, Colton, let's get our bearings. Sir, this is strange. It appears that the history files in our computers have been altered. According to the computer, this is a point in time in which the USS Enterprise and all aboard her are lost. This defeat sparked a series of events that led to the downfall of the United Federation of Planets. This is all wrong, Captain. Looks like Bavat is changing history already. I'm detecting a Klingon raptor from our time, Captain. It's the IKS Warvig, and I'm reading Lieutenant Paris' comm signal. She's on board. The Warvig is attacking the Enterprise. We have to stop it, sir. Contamination from our time cannot be allowed to change the past. Sir, the Enterprise is hailing us, patching it through now.
Unknown ship. This is the USS Enterprise. Please respond.
Captain, I'm transmitting a text-only message to let them know that we are friendly and here to help. The less interaction we have with them, the less chance we have of altering the timeline ourselves. Yeah, I completed the thingy event, and I have the Enterprise can hold on itself for a bit, for a minute. I have the warp engines. The Bozeman Hyper Impulse engines Mark 8, speed times 3. When at full throttle, plus 25% flight speed, but minus 20% turn rate, which is not really all that good for fighting, but it does give you that extra little boost of speed to get there. You just decrease throttle by 1 notch when you get into combat. Switched gravity well with this as well. Charge particle burst. It's basically an area of effect shield drain. You can run, but you can't hide. That was way too far to have any effect. Of course, I may have also hit it with forgetting all the names of these. It's the morning and I'm rubbish. That basically strip their shields and momentarily lets you get a well-timed torpedo in their face. Well, that was a bit of a waste, but no. Give me that item before we get... There we go. An auxiliary battery is not too bad, I suppose. Sir, the Enterprise is hailing us again. Patching it through now. Whoops. The PlayStation 4, well, at least my controller, PlayStation 4 is double tapping.
Unknown vessel, this is Commander Spock of the USS Enterprise. Thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome. Captain, Mr. Spock is asking us to identify ourselves. Sir, I recommend we do not do so. Yeah, we do not respond. All contact we have with anyone in this time period would be considered a violation of the Prime Directive, Temporal Prime Directive. My mind, it's bleh. We should concentrate on finding Lieutenant Paris and correcting the damage the Klingons have done to the timeline. The Warvig warped to a nearby system. I can get a lock on the warp signature, and we should be able to follow it. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Shoulder pain. Taking some aspirin, paracetamol. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. Fortunately, the position I'm leaning is not putting any strain on it. Captain, I have a lock on the Warvig and Lieutenant Paris' signal. The Warvig is some new friend, sir. We should be prepared to defend ourselves. You would think that he would disable that so we can't track them, but no, he's not as smart as he likes to think he is. Hello, fellows. look into investing in some quantum torpedoes. Photons have a nice relay time, but probably just do more damage. I wonder if that 25% increase also counts as for boomerang full impulse as well. The Warvig's shields are down, Captain. Well, they've been down a lot, but I recommend we take the opportunity to transport an away team to the Warvig. Of course, the away team will involve the captain and his senior officers. Not that anything bad could happen if that were to go wrong. I'm reading Lieutenant Paris's comm signal in the Klingon's mess hall. Captain, transporters can't get a lock, so we'd best liberate her from her captors ourselves. You may have noticed that the 23rd century Klingons look quite a bit different to the modern era Klingons. They look almost human. Now, of course, this was because it was what, 70s and costumes weren't quite as advanced as they are nowadays. But canonically, they've gone that the Klingon Empire was experimenting with Professor Sung's augment virus, and it kind of worked, but it also made the Klingons look almost human. And of course, the Klingons didn't really like that because, well, they no longer looked Klingon. Well, they no longer looked a Klingon. That is part of what the bad guy came back to fix. The other part, of course, is the destruction of the Federation and bringing the Klingon Empire back to prominence. Like that, there's like 4 people in front of me, and I only somehow managed to hit one person with my split beam array. I might actually not see start options. Increase that to 3. 2.7 doesn't really seem enough anymore. drop kick me. You are truly a worthy foe if you speak warrior to warrior. Well, okay, I suppose. Let us speak.
Mevyap, I am not your enemy. Ask me what you will.
What do you know about why we are here?
I know you are not of this time. You are from the future. Your presence here was forecast.
Forecast? How? By whom?
Many years ago, time-traveling beings came to the Klingons. They wanted us to join in their temporal war. We are no one's puppet. The Klingon Empire refused to help them. However, they told us many things about the future in their attempt to gain our allegiance. We listened, and since then a group of Klingons has used that knowledge to guide the Empire. Mevyap, I am not your enemy. Ask me what you will.
What do you want with Muriel Paris?
She is the Kuva Mach. We walk in her footsteps before she has made them. Her destiny is to be the one who cures the Klingon people. She will wash away the stain of the augment virus that has smoothed our brows and put fear into our hearts.
She's been here 2 months already.
Yes, and we are beginning to see results. The Kuva Mach has a unique genetic sequence that has allowed my physicians to completely transform us back to the mighty warriors we once were. No more will we be ridgeless and honorless. We will be Klingon! We will follow in the Kuva Mach's footsteps and walk in the path of honor and glory!
You could probably guess the ridges of a Klingon are a kind of status symbol. And fairly unique to each house.
Mevyap, I am not your enemy. Ask me. Some call her a savior. Many among my crew see her as a traitor. It is strange to see a mythological being wearing the uniform of your enemy. I don't know what I believe of the old ways. The prophecies say she will be a Voyager, and that the Klingons will know her before she knows the world. What I have seen in these past days makes me believe this is true. Mevyap, I am not your enemy. Ask me what you will.
Well, you weren't wrong. She was a Voyager, born on a ship called Voyager, on a great voyage. And Klingons did come to know her before she was born. Anyway, yeah. Tell me about the Klingons who brought the Warvig to this time.
Most of them are crazed by their contact with the augmentation process. Their leader tells me they were experimented on by a man named Amar Singh. They will do anything, kill anyone in their quest to be whole again.
When did they arrive?
They arrived here a month ago. They brought the Kuva Mach with them, and they asked me to keep her safe. They left for a time and then returned 2 days ago with this wonder of a starship. They told me that it was the first of a mighty fleet that would rule the galaxy.
Who are you dealing with?
Their leader. It is my greatest shame to see him. I have come face to face with my future self, and I see that I will walk a path of great dishonor. Mevyap, I am not your enemy. Ask me what you will.
Are you saying that Muriel was kidnapped by a future you?
Ambassador Bavat is the man I will become. Time travel is such a tricky thing. Now I understand why Klingon intelligence hates predestination paradoxes so.
I couldn't understand that. Sounds like Lieutenant Paris' task here is finished.
Ambassador Bavat will not surrender the Kuva Mach without a fight. It appears that the years have made me, quick to anger and quick to judge. I wonder what will happen to make me such a bitter, manipulative man. Mevyap, I am not your enemy. Ask me what you will.
What is a predestination paradox?
When one travels back in time, one may cause or undo the reason for the journey. Anything we do now may alter the reality that you know. Then again, the reality we know could not exist unless we were here at this time and place. I would advise you not to volunteer for many more time travel missions. They tend to complicate your life.
I'm sure.
Mevyap, I am not your enemy. Ask me what you will.
What do you think we should do now, then?
You are the defenders of the Kuvamach. You will find Ambassador Bavat at her side. He will not surrender her without a fight. Give him a good death. That is all any Klingon desires.
Well, off you go.
Mevyap!
Now go, all of you. I fear that the present cannot... Yeah, too late. Scan the foreign particle. Lower a force field we didn't even know was there. I think that fighting's all about. Ooh, all about done. Those two, anyways. Get us some medkits. I've been thinking about starting a Fortnite Battle Royale series. It would basically be titled something along like an angry Brit plays plays Battle Royale badly or something. That mortar is a bit late, he's already dead. Didn't give me any weapons though. Cheapskate.
I didn't appreciate being held captive, but if I can help the Klingons, I will gladly do so. Think of it this way. If we can find peace here, there's hope for the future.
Did they harm you?
No, but the Klingons of this time have the genetic samples they need from me, and I am more than ready to get back to our time. Thank you. I won't forget what you did today. One to beam up.
Why is she beamed up alone? I don't know. Oh well. Captain Bavas and his crew are transporting off the Warvig, Captain. But we can't leave the ship here. Its technology is far too advanced for this time period. I suggest we return to our ship and destroy the Warvig. It's the best way to preserve the timeline. You could tow it back to where the portal is and like leave with it and give it to Starfleet. I'm sure they could put use to it. I'm sure they could find a use for it. The Warvig is empty and its shields are down, sir. Weapons are locked. I'll fire on your command. I would have thought that would have destroyed it. Okay, let's get a little more heavy-handed. There we go. We've done what we can to restore the timeline, sir. I recommend we return to the gateway system. The Guardian should be able to transport us back to when we belong. Sir, the Guardian is open. The Klingons are hailing us, Captain. Put it on screen.
The Kuva Mach and that lovely ship of yours are staying here. We'll have a grand time dissecting both of them. Surrender now, and we'll give you a quick death.
Yeah, no. Badly missed that. Think about putting energy drain back on. The extra energy you get from using that is a very, very useful. Sir, the Enterprise is hailing us again. Commander Spock says they can assist us. He has deduced that we have come for a portal opened by the Guardian Forever, and he wishes to speak with you. Opening audio link now.
I am not unfamiliar with time travel, Captain. We will endeavor to engage the Klingons until you can escape. Live long and prosper.
The Guardian has opened a return portal for us, Captain. We should use it as soon as possible. Now, there aren't any more Klingons around, so let's go. Speak to the Guardian.
Time has resumed its shape. All is as it was before. Farewell.
Oh, that was succinct. Incoming message from Starfleet, sir. I'll link it to your tricorder.
Congratulations on a job well done. Lieutenant Paris will return to duty, and you have ended the threat to the Federation. But we do have some questions. Time travel is not a routine mission, you know. Don't be surprised if you get a visit from the Department of Temporal Investigations. Predestination paradoxes can be troubling for them. I don't think I need to tell you how important the mission you just completed was. for all of us. The very fabric of our universe was at stake, and you acted with professionalism and aplomb. Thanks to you and your crew, Ambassador Bavat's plan was foiled. Temporal Investigations does want to talk to you about how the description of your ship is now showing up in the USS Enterprise's mission logs. But I told them you didn't have time to report for debriefing.
Oh, God. Admiral, that... I'd make some bad puns, but that tops all of them. So you have a choice of a load of blue stuff, or a load of green stuff. I wonder which one you'd choose. Paratronic shield array. Both are blue, and one has ×2 cap. Well, double cap, but it is not as good as the other one. Well, the other one has garbage shield regeneration. 224.3 second. Versus 49.5. Fortunately, I do have shield healing skills. And well, that quest is done. Let's return to sector. Let's leave Muriel here and have a vacation. Well, at least contact her ship and let them know. The Kirk, was it? Okay, so the next mission is the final mission in the Klingon front.
We've detected an anomaly in the Azure Nebula. Because of the Tholian activity in that area, we're concerned that they may be attempting to open a rift to the mirror universe. I need a ship to go out there and check it out.
This mission can only be completed as a single player. Yeah. 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 Talking about recycling. I'm not too far away actually. Nice. We also completed some duty offers stuff. Captain, Starfleet Command reports that a space-time anomaly has been seen in this area of space. With the Tholian activity in this region, they wanted us to check it out and see what we can learn. I have it on sensors, sir. Locking in coordinates now. That was odd. I'm no longer detecting anything in front of us, but I'm picking up similar or possibly the same anomaly in a new location. I've updated the coordinates on the map. It happened again. The anomaly has jumped to a new location. Can't keep doing this forever, sir. We'll just need to get enough of a sensor sweep. Close enough to a sensor sweep. I think there's a new ship appearing in it every time. And the last one was a Klingon bird of well, a Klingon ship of some kind. This one looks like a Federation ship. An Ambassador class. Freighter Horizon Vega requesting permission to dock at the Tholian base. This is unusual. Is it a bit dark on screen? I can turn the thing up. It ain't too bad. Talk to Franklin Drake.
Do you have a question?
I'm back with the Tekasite shipment.
Thank you, Captain. The Tholian Assembly appreciates your loyalty. So many ship captains threw away their lives needlessly in the days after they annexed this area of space. It'll take a few hours to offload your cargo. Feel free to grab a hot meal in the commissary. I know that comforts can be hard to come by in this sector. I recommend the plomeek soup. It almost tastes like something.
Thanks.
Do you need anything else?
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Franklin Drake. I was born on a little colony world on the edge of Cardassian space. After the Federation fell to the Klingons, a lot of people moved out of the war zones to try to make new lives. It worked. For a while. When the Bajorans discovered that wormhole and the Dominion invaded, no world, no matter how remote, was safe. I signed on to help fight the Dominion, for all the good that did. The Dominion swallowed the Bajorans whole, and then joined up with the Breen and the Cardassians to destroy the Klingons and the Romulans. After that, it was just a matter of carving up the Alpha Quadrant. The Tholians got this piece of space in exchange for signing a non-aggression pact with the Dominion. It wasn't hard to see that the only way to survive was to sign on. Now I'm like you. I work for the Tholians, and in exchange I get a cot, a couple of replicated meals, and the chance to live for one more day. With a little luck, I'll get through tomorrow, too. Do you need anything else?
So, we were investigating some kind of temporal anomaly, and all of a sudden, it seems the entire history has changed. Tell me about it. You look familiar. So do you. Have you been in any of the other work camps in this sector? No, but maybe tell me about yourself. Maybe that'll jog my memory. I'm Kaylee. I've been here for about 6 weeks now, working in the cargo bays. I'm pretty good at fixing things, even the worn-out junk the Tholians give us.
Hello.
Tell me about yourself.
For all I know, you could be informing on me to the Tholians. But if I don't answer, you'll probably tell them I'm hiding something. Fine. My name is Datan. I was born on Romulus. After the war, I signed on to a freighter crew working the Bolian run. My captain got in trouble with the Tholians, and I ended up here. I'm a true and loyal servant of the Tholians, and I don't want any trouble. Now go away and leave me alone. I have work to do. Don't bother me.
Seems like the Tholians are not exactly kind overseers, rulers, whatever. Slamak.
It's too bright in here.
Tell me about yourself.
Why? Why would you care about me? No one cares about me. I don't even care anymore. Go away. Go away.
That was nice. Elsa Flores. You look really familiar. Yeah, I've seen you around. Weren't you the one that caught... weren't you the one caught cheating in that tango game on Drosana? Heard that Ferengi had his Nautican buddies break your arms. How long were you out of action? No, that wasn't me. Some other guy with a red head and pointy spikes on. I'm Elsa Flores, but most people around here call me Chief. I do a little bit of everything. Security, ship work, cargo hauling. Anything that pays well and will get me to the next port. Morn, tell me about yourself. You don't speak much, you don't.
Have we met?
Tell me about yourself.
You're just asking to be polite, aren't you? I find idle chatter so tedious these days. Still, it's a way to pass the time. My name is Rugen Skyle. I used to be a member of the Cardassian government until I had a conflict with a rival faction. Politics on my world can be quite cutthroat. Now I'm here. It's better than execution, but only just. The food here is terrible, and the company is worse. Another question?
No, I've heard quite enough. Talk to Tanae.
Yes?
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Tanae, and for many years I served in Starfleet. After the war was lost, I joined a resistance movement attempting to liberate the core worlds. We failed. We were able to keep the Klingons at bay, but not the Dominion and their allies. After the Breen destroyed Earth and the Dominion occupied Betazed, continued resistance was illogical. Against all reason, we continued our fight as our resistance cells fell, one by one. You might say I was one of the fortunate ones. I survived. I would not agree. Do you require...
Oh, that's quite enough. Talk to Velkel Sean.
How can I assist you?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Velkel Sean, captain of the Belfast. I run freight for the Tholians. Basic supplies, mostly. But once in a while, they need me to pick up dilithium from the mines on Remus. We're in dock here for a few days getting some repairs done. Cut too close to the Konos blast zone on my last trip back, and ran into some raiders. They won't trouble anyone again. But they fused half my power conduits and fried the deflector before I managed to take them out. If there's anything else you need, let me know.
I'll remember that. And to Obisek.
I will be free.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Obisek. Once my people served the Romulans. Now we have new masters. I will serve her now, because to refuse would be my death. But when the time is right, we'll rise up against our oppressors and destroy them. If you would be free, watch for an opportunity. The Tholians will show their weakness soon enough. Do not waste my time.
Hey, let's get something to eat. Humanoid dietary supplement 47. Oh my god.
Haven't seen you around here before, Captain.
My hands, they went strange. Talk to Richard Callisto. Or Castillo, rather.
Got a minute to talk?
Tell me about yourself.
Call me Castillo. Not a lot to tell, I guess. I'm Lieutenant J.G. Richard Castillo, Helm Officer of the USS Enterprise C, an unwilling time traveler. I'm normally the Helm Officer, but I'm Senior Officer now that Captain Garrett and the rest of the senior staff are gone. I've got to do what the Captain would want. Get us back to where we belong, and finish what we set out to do. I know this is hard to accept, but we're not supposed to be here.
I'm new here.
I know. I asked around about you, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you this, but I need your help. You're not supposed to be here. None of us are. Not in this timeline, I mean. My ship, my crew, we were supposed to do something important. We went through an anomaly, moved through time, and everything changed. We tried to go back. I guess the battle with the Klingons disrupted the anomaly. Instead of getting back where we belong, we ended up here with the Tholians running everything. I'd never even seen a Tholian before. You have to help us set things right. You have to help us get back to our ship.
What are you talking about? Who is us?
Me and my crew. There are a little over 100 of us here, scattered throughout the work camp. We're about 65 years ahead of where we should be, according to my math. We were fighting the Romulans. This was back in 2344. And the weapons discharges caused a temporal rift. We passed through, and because we weren't at Narendra to do what we were supposed to do, the timeline changed. We ended up in a timeline where the Federation and the Klingon Empire were at war, and the Federation was losing, badly. We tried to go back to set things right, but then the Klingons found us and the Enterprise D, and there's someone here with us from that timeline. Her name is Tasha. I'll take you to her. Maybe she can help explain this.
Probably a good idea. This is a very big I'm trying to think of the right word. A loving homage to an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
We need your help.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Tasha Yar. I was Chief Tactical Officer of the USS Enterprise D. In my timeline, we were fighting a war against the Klingons, and I was proud to do my part to protect the Federation. What I learned, though, in the correct timeline, history as it should be, I died a meaningless death. I accepted the risks when I put on the uniform, and I don't regret what happened. But if I'm going to die, I want it to mean something. That's why I chose to go back with the Enterprise C. I know this is a lot to accept, but you have to trust us.
So, the Enterprise C was fighting the Romulans in Klingon space, and because they weren't there, it caused a war between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, which lasted quite a few years until the Next Generation era, where they popped out and they were found by the Enterprise D, and the Enterprise D helped them to get back to the time where they were, so they could fight the Romulans and stop that timeline. Something happened when they went back, and they appeared here in another timeline. So, US. Or it could be the same timeline, just further along. Well, what's going on here, Tasha?
I'm from Starfleet, and if I'm right, that's a name that should ring bells with you as well. In an alternate timeline from this one, the correct one, Starfleet is still alive and well, and you're a Starfleet officer too. When the Enterprise C moved ahead in time, it created an alternate timeline. One in which I was alive, but shouldn't have been. I left with the Enterprise to set things right. We thought we were returning to the Narendra system in 2344 to defend the Klingon colony there from a Romulan attack. We ended up in this nebula in 2409. The Tholians caught us before we could try again, and you can guess the rest. We're going to try to restore the timeline, but to do so, we need the Enterprise C. It's still in the hangar here, and as soon as we get back to her, we'll find the temporal rift and get back to where and when we're supposed to be. To do that, we need your help.
Count me in. What do you need me to do?
Franklin Drake is already helping us. He managed to get an access key used to operate the systems in the hangar control room. We need you to get the code from Drake and use it to open the doors to the hangar control room. I'd go myself, but we've already been here a week. The Tholians know we're trying to get back to the ship. They're watching us. But you're new. They won't suspect you're involved. That's the idea, at least. Of course, it's not as simple as getting the code and opening the door. The Tholians have guards on all critical areas. You'll need to slip past the guards and get into the maintenance tunnels. From there, it's a winding maze to the hangar control room, which can only be unlocked from the inside. Once you get in, you'll be able to open the doors. We'll be waiting there to help you free the Enterprise.
I'll do it. What's next?
Here, take this communicator. It's on a scrambled frequency the Tholians don't monitor, and it'll allow me to contact you while you're on the move. Maybe you can convince someone to cause a distraction. That might make slipping past the guards into the tunnels easier.
Thanks. I would bet that the people we could possibly get to cause a distraction would be the Riemann, who was rather convinced he would not remain a prisoner forever, or maybe Shron. He seemed like he's up for a scrap.
Do you have a question?
Yarn Castillo said you've got a key for me.
Take it. Here's a map, too. You'll need it in the tunnels. I still don't know why I'm risking my neck for this. Don't expect any more help from me. The Federation fell before I was born. I shouldn't even care, but there's something about Yarn Castillo. I know they believe they can make a difference. It makes me want to believe.
Thank you. I'll take the risks now.
Do you need anything else?
Not really. Convince someone to create a diversion. Obersec it was. Obersec or Shron?
I will be free.
Can I get you to create a diversion for us? We need it to reach the control room.
Your plan is foolhardy. If you want to die, do it without my assistance.
Sorry to have bothered you. I guess you don't want to be free after all. Talk to Mikhail Shron.
How can I assist you?
Can I get you to create a diversion for us? We need to reach the control room. Basically, who will accept depends on what faction you are.
I don't remember the Federation, or Starfleet. The war was almost over before I was born. This is the only life I know. One of servitude, deprivation, loss. I want something better. That freedom my parents and grandparents told me about. I want the Federation back. I'll help. Just tell me what you need.
Thanks.
I'll die before I serve you. This food isn't fit for dogs. Die already.
Well, hey, I'm free to go through Jeffrey's tubes. Or at least maintenance tunnels. With my freaky hands. Yeah, that part glitched. It has been since as long as I can remember on consoles. Your hands just go strange. Well done! Those maintenance tunnels are a maze. They make navigating the Jeffries tubes on the Enterprise look easy. I recommend drawing a map to keep track of where you've been. What doors lead away from which rooms and where you are currently? Navigate the maintenance tunnels, use a map, yes. View the hand-drawn map. That's where I came. Let's go this way then. And again.
We've hit a snag. There are Tholians in the control room. When When they're in there, they pump in a Tholian-friendly atmosphere and raise the temperature. It will kill us if we try to enter. You'll need to replace the methane-based atmosphere with something we can breathe, and lower the ambient temperature in the control room before we can continue as planned.
Why would the Tholians put a system in place that can create a hostile environment for them?
The Tholians are very precise. They want to learn everything they can about the ships they're capturing. All rooms connected to the hangars have their atmospheres exchanged to prevent damage to the systems they're dismantling for study. Also, sometimes they force humanoids to do the work for them, so they'll pump in something we can handle.
Makes sense, I guess. Consult the wisest Tribble. The Tribble trolls softly. Elder Tribble, please share your wisdom. The Tribble coos for a moment and then rolls gently towards you, looking for food. You realize you're talking to a Tribble. Maybe you've been in these access tubes too long, or maybe it's the gas fumes. The wisest Tribble. Let's look at the handmade map. Close the methane gas vents. View control room atmosphere. Vent control room atmosphere. Create oxygen-based atmosphere. Lower ambient temperature. Subsequently, kill the Tholians in the room. So the gas isn't the issue, it's the temperature with the Tholians. That leads out of the maintenance ducts into the next area. We don't quite want that yet, because there are a few things we can get in here still. Yeah, temporal treasure hunting. An unidentified corpse. He's dead, Jim. Who's Jim? Accolade completed. He's dead, Jim. Yeah. 3 accolades you can get from this one mission. Where is it from this one? Right. Left. And then right again. And then onwards. Everyone remember where we parked, and that's the 4th accolade.
All major systems are still operational. Good. We don't have much time.
What's your specialty?
I know a few tricks to take that tractor beam system offline. I'm also fairly confident that with enough time, I can release the docking clamps holding the ship, or take down the Tholian's web shielding. We don't have...
What's your specialty today?
I am here to assist. My first posting in Starfleet was to an ambassador-class vessel. I am familiar with most of the ship's systems, but I spent several months working on a refit of the ship's computer. I am confident I can restore the ship's power levels quickly. Also, I do have some experience with Tholian technology from my time in the Resistance. If you prefer, I could attempt to deactivate the web shield or tractor beams. I am here to assist.
What about your specialty?
We need to work together. I was the helm officer on the Enterprise before everything went to hell. But I'm really handy with heavy machinery, like those clamps holding the ship. I know I can take care of those and get us free. If you need me to do something else, maybe I could work on that web shield. It will need to come down before we can fly out of here. We need to...
We don't have much time. I know a few tricks to take that tractor beam. We don't have much time.
You get rid of the tractor beam. You get rid of the
We need to work together.
And you...
I am here to assist.
Restore the ship's power levels.
Require?
I'll get rid of the Tholian webbing.
Overriding security protocols.
Tholian webbing all done and dusted. Quite slow at this.
I'm changing the targeting subroutines for the tractor beams.
If you, I assume if you pick them for the wrong things, it takes a lot longer. Considering they're all almost at the same speed, then I'm guessing I got it right. Or I got all of them universally wrong.
Tractor beam is disabled.
Yay! Cluster's done, and finally Tanae. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here. Well, that was glowing, so I could have opened the door. Head to the ship. So where are they? Are they behind me? Egad, it's a force field. I thought you deactivated those all security protocols. Do you want me to do that for you? I know a thing about force field. No, I'm good. Shit. That's how big an ambassador class is. Now you see me. I didn't know if you could get an achievement and an accolade there. Well, if you're worried about the Tholian swarming us in a minute, how about you turn around and aim your guns down that way? Yeah, I didn't know you could get an achievement by looking at the Enterprise like that. You may just get it from coming down this tunnel, but it may be you may have to like look at the Enterprise. Yes, Starfleet protocol. This isn't a Starfleet place. Yes, what he said. I like how I can deactivate most things by tapping them a few times and contemplating the universe. You will work by the power of contemplation. And stroking my non-existent beard. La 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 da da. A very slow morning today. Not a single person commented. I'm a bit sad. And there we have the Ambassador class, precursor to the Enterprise D, the Galaxy class. Escape the Tholian base. Well, I could escape the Tholian base, but I'm gonna set up my stuff first. Attack Baton Delta. All damage, resistance rating for 15 seconds. Fire that off whenever possible. Emergency power to shields when any shield's less than 50%. When a shield's less than 70%, 5%, yeah, why not? Reverse shield polarity, whenever shields go down to 50%. That just means if you're taking energy damage, when you use reverse shield polarity, the hits you take no longer do damage, they heal your shields instead for a certain amount of times. You also become immune to fire. Directed enemy modulation, hits straight through shields and straight to the hull. Very nice thing for a beamboat, that one. Because you don't have torpedoes having things which hurt the hull. Very good. Tractor beam. Probably not going to use tractor beam like at all. Threatening stance. Increases hull, and if you're like the only ship there, this is a good skill to use. Finally, this one. Tracked fire, strategic maneuvering, shield frequency, weapons cost. And a ship with multiple energy weapons, that's a good one to have. This has phasers, turrets. It's not how I would set up. I wouldn't have a turret in a ship like this. I suppose you could fire all turrets at the back if you wanted, and then use it like an escort, but fire it well. Fire at will. Basically attacks anything within range, and you fire a lot faster. If there's only one enemy and you've got all beams, it's a great skill to have. It's also good for drawing aggro, like you attack everybody within range. Here comes the big ass ship. Torpedo spray. Doing absolutely nothing as well. think cinematically that was supposed to come in and blow a ship up, but yeah. The ship disappeared out of nowhere. I saw that photo in Tarantula. I've never seen a ship that configured before. What was so much power?
Looks like it could use some help.
That threading sense, I've no idea if it's actually turned on or not. On PC, next to like ranger levels and stuff, you can see what buffs and stuff you've got affecting you. On this, you can't. Did I just activate it and then turn it off, or what? That particular skill that I just used is not the same one as I have on my ship. That's photonic shockwave, I think. That does it does AoE damage, kinetic damage to people within a certain range.
We took a hit. Phasers are partially offline. We'll need to work together to take out this last ship.
Well, the one I do is strip the shields. That'd be two useful skills to have. Use one to strip the shields and the other one to do like kinetic damage. Ooh, my cobalt device, that was lucky. My cobalt devices are useless against shields, but they still do like a lot of damage. But the best against cold. It used to be very early in the game. Electron cobalt devices would hit for like 90k damage. They would do a lot of damage. Back when normal torpedoes would do like 6, 4 or 5 damage. 1,000, not 4 or 5 damage, that's really something. Joule heavy plasma cannons. That'd be nice if I was using something which used cannons.
The way is clear, and the temporal anomaly has been stabilized. Head for the anomaly, Enterprise. We'll put you back where you need to be.
Who are you? How do you know where we need to be?
That's my job. The details aren't important. Restoring the timeline is. Get moving. The Tholians are already starting to regroup.
Thanks for your help. Setting a course now. Yeah, pretty obviously that's a temporal agent. Where the portal is, I don't know. Oh, there it is. All I can say for now is goodbye, big old ship. Although we do get one. We get a pack to have one. Add it to our fleet. Where am I? What am I doing here?
I'm sure you've realized by now, you're part of a very different timeline. This one is an aberration that we are here to correct. It would be irresponsible of us to let you go back in time with the Enterprise C, and compromise that timeline as well.
What are you going to do to me? What are you going to do with me then?
We'll send you back to your time. There are still some very important events in the 25th century that you need to be a part of.
So, how do I get back?
As soon as the Enterprise C returns to its correct place in history, the timeline should right itself.
I'll appear on the bridge of my own ship. Yup. Scanning for anomaly. That's strange, sir. I thought I had something on sensors, but it's gone. Everything is quiet. No Tholians or other ships within range. The anomaly Starfleet wanted us to investigate isn't here either. We can depart the system on your orders, sir. Well, let's get us out of here. Nothing interesting to see. It's funny how temporal anomalies and stuff like that, which do change something, seem to send us back in time just before we arrived there. When we
There wasn't anything there. That's strange.
Congratulations, Captain.
Thank you. Okay, we have some stuff. This was from my other one, let's salvage it. Tetra and Pulse Wave Assault, let's salvage that as well. Don't use Chronoton stuff, so no. Exotic Particle, could keep that. Salvage that. Definitely salvage that, don't use cannons. And I'll have this. Thank you. And what's it? Oh, it's a plasma torpedo launcher. Salvage that. I don't use plasma torps either, so. And that was the end of the Klingon front. Next. Let's quickly. Oh, all my stuff has been reset. Well, I'll suppose quickly re-put stuff into this. Doing this very quickly. We temporarily had a viewer on Twitch, but that was about it. Physical strength, nah. In fact, forget that. I think we'll call this episode to a close while I do all that other stuff. Because that is the end of the Klingon front. Join us next time, either in about 20 minutes of what I've run down the shop, or tomorrow morning when I get started on the Romulan front. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, like the video, maybe comment, share it with your friends. If you've got some spare cash, donate, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.